If you have a manual transmission in your square body Chevy or GMC pickup, I'm going to show you how to change the fluid in it today. Now, this has to be done every 30,000 miles or 2 years, whichever one comes first. So let's start by getting underneath the truck and taking a look at the 4-speed manual transmission in this 1977 GMC. And if you want to learn how to fix your vehicle, do budget restorations, troubleshoot equipment, and all sorts of other types of garage-related stuff, be sure to subscribe to Midwest Garage so you don't miss anything. Now, hopping underneath the truck right behind the driver's side front tire, you can access the manual transmission. Right there is the engine, that's your oil pan. Right there's the bell housing, and right behind that is your manual transmission gearbox. Now, these are super easy to change the fluid in. Right there is your drain plug, and then directly above that is your fill plug. Now let's get started with what tools we'll need and what type of fluid to use. So all you need to perform this job is an adjustable wrench, your gear oil, which for these you want to use an 80 weight 90 GL5 lubricant. You'll need a transfer pump or a hand pump, which makes this job way easier. And I have this link down in the description below so you can pick up your own. I highly recommend them. They're cheap and they make your job way easier. And then of course you'll need a drip pan for the old fluid to fall into. I'm also going to be using some brake clean and some scrapers and a wire brush to kind of clean the transmission, because that'll make it easier to find leaks after we're done with the job. Now let's hop underneath the truck, clean up the transmission a little bit before we start our fluid change. All right, so now that we got it a little bit cleaned up, right there's our drain plug. But for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while now, you know that we don't want to go ahead and drain the oil out right yet. What we need to do first is make sure that our fill plug will loosen up, because once again, we would hate to drain all the fluid out and then not be able to put anything back into it. So what we'll do first is crack the fill plug loose and go from there. So we'll take our adjustable wrench, and this shouldn't be on there too tight. And the fill plug came out just fine, so let's go ahead and drain the fluid out. And now that we have our gear oil draining, we'll let that drain all the way and clean up our drain plug. So when you're looking at your drain plug, you want to make sure you don't get this confused with your fill plug, because just in case only one of them has a magnet, you want that to be the drain plug. And you'll see that when I clean this off, it's pretty dirty. And what that is very, very small pieces of metal shavings. And it's good that you find that, because this is actually magnetic, and what it's doing is capturing all these tiny particles of metal and metal shavings and making sure that they don't circulate through the gearbox and end up ruining something. So you want to clean this magnet off really well before you install it back on the underside of your transmission. All right, let's get this installed. Now that our fluid's done draining, we'll take our drain plug and install that. And we'll just snug it up. It doesn't have to be superhuman tight, of course. The manual says 15 to 25 foot-pounds is all you need for the drain plug and the fill plug on your manual transmission. All right, and now for the hard part, which is pumping our fluid back into the fill hole. So we'll get our end of our fluid pump into the fill hole. And then we'll just start pumping away. And you want to fill this until fluid comes out of the fill hole, and then that's how you know that it's full. All right, so once we're full here and the fluid is coming out of the fill hole, we'll go ahead and remove our pump and install the fill plug. All right, so the manual 4-speed transmission in our old square body pickup took around 4 quarts of 80 weight GL5 gear lubricant, and the fill plug is tightened to 15 to 25 foot-pounds. Now the next step is to start the truck up, drive it for a little while, shift through all the gears, and then park, make sure you don't have any leaks, and recheck the fluid level, because in some cases you might have to add a little bit more, and then the job is done. If this video helped you out, make sure you let me know by giving me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and consider subscribing to Midwest Garage if you haven't already. I have a ton of content coming out every week, including how-to videos and project vehicle updates. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.